there's a lot of work that I've done in the space of leadership, and I worked with a lot of promoter-led companies, big, small, medium size. And there are a couple of issues that always keep springing up there. Number one, I take all the decisions. More often than not, all of them try and hold the cards very close to their chest. They take the decisions. And the rest of them are only ambassadors to make that execution happen. And trust me, I've worked with some of them very closely. And I've also worked in their environments and culture to know this to be a truth, right? Number two, I have an idea, I want to monetize it, here's an opportunity, I'm an opportunity taker, and this is the way I'm going to do it. So the whole piece on creating an institution, institutionalizing a few things, creating an industry, are left maybe to the professionals or is never done at all, right? The third thing that comes up is, and you talk about it beautifully, is about the team. Very often, I am not concerned which is the team that's making it happen. And if you see all the entrepreneurs who are right now, under the spotlight and they're doing well, all the founders are moving out. One can argue and say that they're not capable of scaling up. One can argue and say they're not capable of creating institutions. And on the flip side, you can say that they have the idea, let them be the mentors, and let someone else take the ideas and move ahead. I want to hear the panelists talk a little bit more about this. You have an idea, you've created something. Are you looking for scale up? Are you looking for succession? Are you looking for a team that handles it? What is it that you're going to do? Because entrepreneurs globally, and I'm not just talking about India, do have these characteristics, some very good, but on the other side, on the flip side, there are some of the, I won't call them myths, they're realities.
For me, I don't want to stop. I don't want to ever retire. I just want to keep going at it and keep just doing it.
Talk about
Flanders. The institution of Flanders, yes. I think Flanders is in a way synonymous with me now, and I can't think of a life without doing what I'm doing today. So I can't think of a life without Flanders.
My tough question is going to be, so Sunil and Flanders are synonymous. What about Flanders by itself? What happens to Flanders when Sunil decides to hang his boots?
First of all, I don't want to hang my boots. That's very important. My nephew, I have a nephew, and he's trained with me. So he's looking after the whole thing of Flanders, and it's happening. And I'm quite happy the way it's going. And really, I have people working for me who are, the education level is very, very low, but the output I get from my people is more than perhaps I would be paying, well-qualified people. And these people, I care for them as a family, and they're a part of the whole thing, and I can never let them down. So they're with me, and I'm with them for good.
So, we have 1,000 people, and I've been, as I think most entrepreneurs do. And we said we professionalize the company.
what I wanted to do.
Never
that path
thought that I'll be
there,
an
and that I
entrepreneur.
think is.
It could be shared with the family of TLC. So I think everybody has to sort of figure that out at some stage.
Too complex. No, I see. For me, naturally, all the businesses that we do, we have set up in a way that actually all of them are, except our holding company, everything is a joint venture that I have, and it's the shareholders and the management is the separate thing. So we don't confuse with that. So wherever we want to use the name, we use it. So. But at structural level, we definitely take care of all of that, and I think without team you are nobody. That's a given. You can't, no matter whether you have 2 people or 20,000 people. It's you have to learn to depend on them. In terms of moving forward, since I genuinely believe that I don't have to worry about the future monetarily. So I've never really thought about it, and I have 2 daughters. One is studying to be a lawyer, the other one leaves tomorrow to study maths and statistics. So we have, since my parents let me do what I wanted to do, or believe that I didn't know what to do and so I could do anything, that's what I did. So that's what I'm doing with them, and I'm happy they're happy. I think businesses, we manage in a way that we give chance for people to create enough room for themselves in terms of money, happiness, whatever they want to do. And it has worked well for us.
I think all entrepreneurs start individually, and that's their dream and the vision when they start. That's how the startups start. But at some point, they must give up micromanaging, and if they really want to scale up things and diversify, and if they really question is concerned, I really haven't given any thought to it myself. I don't even know. I think I still want to work a little more. It's work in progress. At some point, sit down and think about it.
Well, I think I've had my share of pressures and crap of scaling up when I was in the corporate world. For 25 years, you continue to scale up, and I've done my bit there. So the Tree of Life will not scale up. That is mandated by me. We will continue to remain small. Our target is by 2018-19, we want to have 8 properties under the brand. We are 4 just now, and we will get to 8 by 2018-19. And I guess by 2020, I want to sort of fulfill probably my one unfinished dream, which is to relocate to the mountains, because I just love living there, and I will do that. So the Tree of Life, I would at that stage then give up. There is the second generation, which is already being trained to come in. My son's been with me for 5 years, and I guess in the next 4 years, he'd be trained to sort of take up. I don't need a very large structure, because like I said, I believe small is beautiful. I believe small is profitable. And like I said in the beginning, we will stay in the small space with no aspirations of really becoming very, very big. It's not that one is afraid. Or probably I am actually, maybe I'll admit. Maybe I'm afraid to scale up, because scaling up then requires a totally different structure. And I don't want to get through it again after having done it for 25, 30 years. So that's where we stand.